Hi Keith and everyone, welcome back to the 21st week of the spiritual journey. I hope you've had a good week, Keith. Yes? A good week?
A good week, yeah.
A good week, okay. If you could speak up a bit, Keith.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Unfortunately, Keith is having computer problems, so we won't actually see him today, we'll just hear his voice. Now,
That's great.
so did you manage to get your tablet working? Yes?
Partially, but it's getting onto Zoom, but not I think I've got it. I'm going on one tonight.
Okay. How about videos? Are you watching videos on your tablet?
Well, no, because I can't get through to them.
Right, okay.
But I will do, they're all stored away there. When they had my email list up earlier, I looked through, they were, all of yours were there. I don't think they were there.
Okay. So you haven't had a chance to look at the Facebook group, The Spiritual Journey 21? No, not at all. Okay, so can you remember what we looked at last meeting on the 9th of February?
I ought to do, of course, is to take notes.
Yeah.
I always used to do that with it. So I must get back to that habit. Well, it keeps some of it important in your mind, or...
Yeah, well, you've always got the recording, so you can take notes during the recording rather than during the live meeting. Yes?
Yeah.
So we looked at the saying, as above, so below.
Oh,
yeah, the possible genetic modification of the monkey and apes. Yes?
yeah.
Now, interesting. Can you remember the film Planet of the Apes?
Can indeed. Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston, yes. Okay. So,
And it's good, but as a film, well-made film.
well-made film. Good. Okay. So if what has been told to the American presidents is true, we were genetically modified from monkeys and apes, then the film Planet of the Apes could be considered or interpreted in a different way.
Right.
Yes?
Oh, for goodness sake. Hang on.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. So, now the hello?
It'll probably be again.
Oh.
Right. It could be interpreted as a new word.
Yes. It could be considered as a twisted truth. Yes? A twisted truth. Yes? The real self.
Say that again, I didn't hear it.
Right. It could be considered as a twisted truth, the Planet of the Apes. The real self would be genetically modified ancient monkey or ape. Yes? With the with
Right, start again. Well, I mean, continue.
right. Okay. I'll continue. So the real self would be a genetically modified ancient monkey or ape. Yes, as we see in Titicaca, if you've ever seen Titicaca, with the main connection between. Okay, it goes back to the monkey magic. Yes. Now, so with the main connection between us now being the wisdom teeth, yes, the film, therefore, would be showing the real self with an evolved body and language. Now, this week, we'll take another look at the cosmic triangle, which I have here today. Yes. Now, it's very useful. It can be adapted to many different understandings, comprehensions, and cognitions. Yes. This week, the negative receiving vector, yes, would be for the fakir, yes, the fakir. The do you remember the Indians?
Oh, yeah.
The fakir that contorts himself, yes. Now the neutral vector. Now this is kind of interchangeable, but the neutral vector could be for the yogi, and the positive for the monk. Yes, the positive vector, which would be here, would be for the monk. Now, would the monk be the closest to the monkey in nature? Now, don't forget, reflected in the cosmic triangle process is negative for the moon vector, neutral for the planet vector, and positive for the sun vector. That would make the fakir a moon-like process, the yogi a planet-like process, and the monk a sun-like process. But they would all contain the three processes. For example, the moon would be gathering information, the planet expanding on information, whilst the sun would shine with information. Yes? The triangle represents the three ways of building up content for one's astral body. And that body would then, if strong, be able to choose a better reincarnation or karma. Again, you may take karma and reincarnation with a pinch of salt and a slap of reality. But in this understanding, to be more fact than fiction in esoteric circles, more easily provable by those who astral travel at will. So, it is important to understand and comprehend this, so with cognizance we can move to the long view of the fourth way of reincarnation. That of using all three of these methods. That is finding yourself in the middle of this triangle and living a cultural life and developing a higher life, therefore moving above this type of reincarnation and moving into the next octave of building a plasma sun embodiment to live outside of the planetary rings to completely escape the cycles of reincarnation on Earth. Now, you may not be ready for this step during this life, but this work, all going well, will give you a better possibility next time round. It also depends on your past lives. Of course, you may think that the idea of simply going to a Christian heaven or nirvana is a better choice, and this work will give you more choice as to your next destination. Heaven is really for the priesthood and reincarnation cycles, for the congregation, if the truth be known, or the lords and the serfs, yes, in perpetual cycles. Life on earth is great, but as the song goes, I'd rather be a hammer than a nail. Yes, I would, if I only could. Yes. Do you remember that song, Keith? Never heard of it. I'd rather be a hammer than a nail. No, it doesn't ring a bell. Okay, never mind. Well, on the spiritual journey, it's up to you to choose your possibility, and it should happen naturally. So let's take a look at the three ways. First, the fakir, yes, who builds his astral body with his suffering. Then the yogi, who builds his astral body by thinking. And third, the monk, who builds his astral body by devotion and prayer. The fourth way is to use all three of these to change octave and move to the next level. Okay, and as I have mentioned before, understanding your real self is in the middle of the astrology chart, is a step to changing octave. Okay, okay, so yes, I heard you, thank you. Okay, so seeing yourself in the middle of the 12 apostles in the Last Supper, comprehending that those 12 apostles are code for the 12 astrological signs or houses. Now, with cognizance, going one step further and realizing you can become also a blend of all these saintly cosmic influences, these planetary conjunctions, to realize yourself at a higher level. So I'd like to remind you that this is our 21st meeting of the year, corresponding to the tarot card 21, the nymph and elemental life card. Now here is the card. So hopefully you will begin to contemplate that there are many abilities that you can awaken to give yourself a better possibility. So, okay, well, you do it by studying the card and filling yourself with the content. Yes, so this card has, as one of many comprehensions, a representation of the power of the inner life and the three journeys to become fully awakened and fully conscious. We have looked at the 5 A's: aware, alert, awake, active, alive. And at this level, yes, level 21, yes, we see the 5 connections to truth, wisdom, yes, truth over here, truth, wisdom, love, and life. Now, all that is on the diagram I sent you by email, so you can have a look at that when you get it. Okay, so not forgetting, as Shakespeare said, there are many things on earth and in heaven, yes, that are dreamt of in your philosophy. So once again, I leave the link for the Vercel Tarot. There is also a Facebook group for the Vercel Tarot, and that's the link is on the PDF. So for those interested in the tarot, it's an excellent group to have a look at. Okay, so we'll finish it there for today. Okay, so I'll just finish with this, and then you can sign off. For anyone who wishes to join us on the live Zoom meetings, contact me either through my website, Universal Comprehension Academy, or LinkedIn. The addresses are provided in the comments under the YouTube video, or simply leave a comment in the YouTube comment section. So I'll leave you there for this week. I hope to see you next week on the 23rd of February 2021. Bye for now. And bye. Are you waving? Are you waving? Okay. Have a nice day, Keith. Right, so that was Keith on the phone.